Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wet Shaving with Angelo. I'm Angelo, and today's going to be a good day and a good shave. And today's hardware I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using my old reliable brush, hold on, get this right, my Phoenix Shaving Atomic Rocket with 26mm synthetic knot. This is what I call my old reliable. I call this my old reliable brush because it always builds a great lather. And for the price point, which is roughly $15, or 15 or so dollars, you get a great brush from PAA. All Phoenix Shavings brushes are great. I can't find a single brush from them that I don't like because I have all their brushes. So I'll be using the Atomic Rocket by PAA. Blade of choice. I've been experimenting with this blade in different razors. Asco Platinum. I used to have the Asco Super Stainless blades, but I found the Asco Super Stainless too mild, but the Asco Platinum is a bit more aggressive, and in the right razor, it does a really good job shaving. Razor of choice, the Gillette Ranger Tech from 1941. And I've been using this Gillette Ranger Tech. I've had this for a while, and it was just sitting on the sideline for a bit. But most of this week, I've been using the Ranger Tech, and I've been getting excellent shaves with it. Now onto the software. For the soap and aftershave of choice I'll be using, hold on. Soap and aftershave of choice, Wet the Faces 1K, soap and splash. Wet the Faces or WTF is a Wet the Faces 1K is basically their celebration of having 1,000 Facebook members in their group, in the Facebook group Wet the Face. And this soap here is actually a re-release of the 1K scent because it was so popular. They released it for a short while when it first came out a while back, and it was so popular that they decided to re-release it. And here's the scent notes of Wet the Face's 1K. Top notes are Sicilian mandarin, frozen grapefruit peel, and bergamot and juniper. Mid notes are rosemary, Szechuan pepper, and rosewood. Base notes are musk, wood, incense, and oak moss. And this is based off of Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue for Men. Mind you, I'm not good at describing scent notes on these things, on soaps and aftershaves, but it is a very nice, light, pleasant, scented soap. And the aftershave, we're going to take a look, because the aftershave is usually stronger. I would say maybe aquatic, but I could be very wrong. Definitely a nice summertime scent. I'm going to be using this set for the first time today. I have other sets of Wet the Faces that I really enjoy. Personally, I really love their pipe smoke line, which is a classic pipe smoke tobacco scent. And I also like their vintage barbershop scent, which I enjoy using, especially since it's heavily mentholated. On a hot summer night or hot summer morning, it's great to have a good menthol kick in it. So we're gonna wet the face and get the lathering for the first pass with the grain. How's everyone doing out there? Having good shaves? Let us know in the comments. Get the brush nice and wet. Now let's build our lather. And WTF soaps are really great lathering soaps. They're very reasonably priced, or somewhat reasonably priced, at $13 for a tub of soap. And how many ounces do you get for the tub of soap? See here. I'll have to look up how many ounces you get on the soap, but you get plenty of product. And it's definitely a very slippery soap, or a very slick soap, I should say. Once you get a proper lather going on. Whoop. Ladder flying everywhere again. I'm gonna add a little more water to the brush. There we go. There's that glossy lather I like. Really easy to build a nice, comfortable lather. And I recommend with this soap, at least, when you're done using it, leave it open for at least a couple hours before you put before you put the cap back on it, or the lid back on it. This way, because sometimes, because from my experience with using these soaps, they harden up a little bit when you let them air dry for a couple hours even, and they last you a longer time. I've learned that with my with my previous order with Wet the Face, which was the pipe smoke and vintage barbershop. It's a good idea to let them air dry. This way they get back to good usable quality and all that. But they're great soaps made by Donald Younger. Really nice guy. He does a lot of reviews. He has his own YouTube channel. I believe it's either called Donald Younger or Don Younger. And besides showing off his own products, he reviews other people's products as well. And he's always a sharp dressed man in his videos. Like he wears a dress shirt when he shaves. And just a real classy guy. But so far, like I said, I've been using my Gillette Tech Ranger razor for a few days straight now. And it's really an excellent shaver. I think I previously said this was the grandfather of the Super Speed, but I think a more accurate terminology would be this is the father of the Super Speed. Since it debuted in 1941, then came back in 1946 after World War II was over. If you were to ask me what the grandfather of the Super Speed was, I would probably say possibly the Gillette Senator or even the Sheraton. Either one would be considered. Well, actually, I would say the Senator is the father of the Super Speed, a grandfather of the Super Speed, because the Senator was a budget razor in its time. It had the twist to open mechanism. But the Senator I would call the grandfather of the Super Speed. The Sheraton was more or less the grandfather of, or the father of, the Aristocrat that was made in the 40s. Something like that. But the great grandfather of the modern day Super Speed, I would say, is the 1930s era Aristocrat, which was the very first twist to open Gillette ever made. And the 30s era Aristocrat the Senator, and the Sheraton all had an open comb design. Whereas the Gillette Tech Ranger or Ranger Tech has a closed bar, solid bar design like the Tech Rangers have, and that's what was the inspiration for the Super Speeds. And it delivers an excellent shave. If you can find one in good condition and at a reasonable price, grab it. Let's hope that was a good first pass. We were rinsing wet in the face and lathering up for the second pass across the grain. And if you're a menthol addict, like some wet shavers are that want the most mentholated shave soap out there, I've heard Wet the Face's Cold Fusion shave soap has allegedly the most amount of menthol allowed in a product or in a shave soap. They claim, at least they have the most menthol. I've never used it, but I've heard it's like super icy chilly cold. And if you're a hardcore menthol addict, I would say give that a try. Maybe if you're looking for another shave soap that adds your menthol kick. Especially on hot days in the summertime, that would be a good idea to have. But if you're sensitive to menthol, I would say steer clear from that. Because I know some people are very sensitive to menthol. And it can get very irritating. But that's one of his soaps that he offers is Cold Fusion, and I've heard that's got the most menthol of any soap out there, or at least the most allowed by whatever by law or whatever they say. The soap is really protective. Very protective. You get a thick, creamy lather with this soap. With the Wet the Face soaps, they're really nice, creamy lathering soaps. So far, a very nice shave so far. Very enjoyable. Just a very enjoyable shave so far today. And I will say this soap is fairly thirsty. So when you lather the soap, you may want to have a nice wet brush on. You may want to have a brush pretty wet on, or very wet. You may want to have a good and wet brush on the soap, because this is, in my opinion, it's a very Wet the Face soaps are fairly thirsty. Okay, that finishes the second pass. We're going to re-wet the face, re-lather for the third and final pass against the grain. And I'm also going to wet the brush a little more because it seems like this, for the second pass, I should have had a little more water on the brush. Live and learn. Get that brush nice and wet. One more product on the brush. I'm loving the scent of 1K by Wet the Face. It's just a nice, it's a nice, refreshing, I would say summertime scent, or even warmer, wetter scent. When you don't want to wear something so heavy and overbearing, it's just like nice and light, very enjoyable. Definitely very enjoyable. Time for the third and final pass against the grain. Then we'll rinse the face off and dry it up and apply it to the aftershave. Now, I've never smelled Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue for Men, which is what this soap and aftershave is based off of. But I will, so I can't say for certain how close to the original scent this is accurate to. But I will say it's a very nice, light, refreshing scent with some wood, with a little bit of, with some other notes in there like incense and musk wood, a little woodsy, but definitely an enjoyable line of soap. And I can only imagine the aftershave will smell even better. That finishes the shave part. Let me just take one quick look at the face, see if there's any need for a specific pencil. A little bit. Again, I've been experimenting with the Asco Platinum blade. I'm not 100% sold on it. It's a good blade. It is more aggressive than the Asco Super Stainless I've tried in the blue packet. But it is, the Asco Platinum seems to be a little bit picky. Not too picky, but a little bit picky about what razor I put in it. Put it in, I should say. Now I'm going to rinse the face. And now the aftershave, wet the face 1K. And I always give my aftershaves a good shake up. This way we get all the ingredients evenly mixed in there. Nice burn, lovely burn. Lovely fragrance. I'm detecting some of the woodsier notes, some of the incense in there. Pardon me. But yeah, all in all, a great shave. Have a good day and have a good shave, everyone. Goodbye.